Welcome back. It is now Module 7, where we talk about members of the green team. This is the who in who, what, and why. Often, companies have an employee who has decided they really care about making a difference and involving more people at their company in forming a green team and making it really work. I call this person the champion. I think of a workshop that I led where I covered some of the same concepts from this course, and somebody who participated in that workshop. I'll call her Ellen. She'd been working at that company for a long time and was starting to get involved with creating a green team. She was a bit frustrated, though, because she felt that she and one other employee were the only ones doing the work. It's great to have a champion, and a champion needs a community. Well, I'm happy to say that through my consultation with Ellen, I gave her some great ideas about who to involve at her company and who to ask to be on the green team. She ran with that and now has a whole team of people from different departments working together on new, exciting projects. Who is going to be on your green team? First of all, you need to choose a leader. Perhaps that's somebody like Ellen. Perhaps that's Ellen's boss. But find your champions, and they may be hidden in places that you're not aware of. Once you kind of do that, then you propose a structure. What is the green team going to look like? I'm going to delve into each of these momentarily. So let's take a look at the role of the leader. And in some companies, especially larger ones, there may be somebody at the C-suite level in charge. And that person is often called a chief sustainability officer. The concept of a CSO has grown incredibly in recent years, from very few companies having a chief sustainability officer to many of the Fortune 500s having somebody in that role. And that person may be the natural leader who will help define the targets and the goals company-wide. And the leader is going to help and support the champions, because the champions come with initial enthusiasm. If the people that they work for and the executives at the top level do not share that and do not give them the right support, it's going to be very hard for them to do their work. A leader's role in this case, especially when it comes to sustainability, is to encourage collaboration throughout the company. We need cross-functional teams, and I will show examples of that in just a little bit. So somebody who is really good at getting different groups of people together to align on a common purpose is going to be excellent in this kind of leadership role. This is an example from one particular company, Simrise. They make flavors and fragrances. This is a large company with about 10,000 employees. Depending on the size of the company you work for, your structure could look very different. I want to point out a few things about this structure. On this slide, the Sustainability Committee are all those people in green. The CEO and Chief Sustainability Officer are listed there because they're not necessarily doing the day-to-day work. The CSO is overseeing it, and they report directly to the CEO, who has bought in and believes that this is important to have. Another thing, this particular company has multiple people working in corporate sustainability. Smaller companies may have just one individual. They also bring in investor relations, HR, communications. And then each division has a sustainability lead. And all those people meet regularly to discuss future programs, goals, and progress toward them. Simrise was just one example. For your company, it may very well look different. You need to consider how many members need to be on this committee, on this green team. How often will the team meet? Is this going to be virtual or in person? And that will really depend on how your company operates. Are you all at one particular facility where people need to be there in person because they're in a factory or a lab making things and the associated support staff are all there as well? Or are you spread out amongst many different locations? Do many employees work from home? The other piece that is going to be very important is how will you measure and report on results? Businesses rely on results. What are those going to look like? How are you going to demonstrate that what you're doing is being effective and is helping the company achieve that triple bottom line? That's a concept I introduced earlier, the idea of people, planet, profit. How is your team contributing to advancing each of those areas? Now it's your turn. Who will you ask to be on the green team? Who will you ask to lead it? Who will you ask to join it? This could be a good time to survey your employees, because through a survey, you can find which people are going to want to raise their hands and say, yes, I want to be part of this initiative. And now behind that needs to be, and we'll cover that a little more in later modules as well, that it's not just adding on to all their existing work. So thinking this through, who would you want to ask to be on your green team?